In this video, I'm going to teach you how to design a car like a pro. There's a lot of common issues that happen when it comes to designing cars in this game, and there's a lot of maybe, I guess you can say, hard issues when it comes to it as well. And what I mean by that is that a lot of people, when they design a car, they don't actually either one, know what they're doing, or two, lost in the sauce, or three, they're just confused on the whole entire scenario, honestly. Well, why that happens is because people go to tend to things that looks good, and which is that's completely normal. But when it comes to designing a car, you want to make sure you have everything right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on the wraps and paint job pretty much. We already did how to paint like a pro, so we don't need to cover that in this video. But in this one, we'll just focus on designs. So let me hop in a different car and I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. What we probably end up doing is probably hop in. I want to see if I have like a normal Mustang, but probably. We'll take the GT 500 for this. Going on as I go. So when you go to apply vinyls and decals, this is where a lot of people kind of get the iffy feeling on it. Now, by all means, apply brand logo is good, but you only have a certain amount of selection you can use from. And also in this video, I will teach you how to actually upload your designs as well. So stay until the end for that. But yeah, so you only have a selection of it. So you can use the brand logos, and the cool thing about it is that if you want to copy it to one other side, you just go to the other side, hit the plus icon, insert all from right to left side, and it will work. Now, other stickers will not be doing that. You see how it's completely aligned mirror with that? Other ones don't do that, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. So this is how you search up different decals as well. When you go to the plus sign, you go to apply vinyl shape, it will take you to the primitives, and if you go to LB, it take you to the curated groups. As you can see a few people that probably made some stickers here and there, but if you can't find the one you're looking for, you just want to hit the search button on your controller or whatever you plan on with your PC. With your max layers, I would highly recommend going from 50 all the way up to 3000. This will make sure that all the stickers, or actually all the shapes that's in the decal, gets rendered properly. You want to make sure everything is all efficient and at least top to none. The description is really where you're going to be using this for the most. In the description, use it as your Google search. So for instance, if you want to search up I'm gonna say Nissan, because why not? Or matter of fact, we can just use Ford since we're on a Ford vehicle. Just type in Ford, and then the community will create decals that represents Ford. Just like how Google Images, if you type in Ford, you'll get a good bit of stuff. And there's a whole list of items of decals you can use. Now here's the other part though. This is where you need to focus on. If you use a decal, a pop-up will pop up. And basically it lets you know that if you use this decal, you are not able to share your design to the public. Which means that if you use anyone else's decals that you have not made, or if you use anyone else's decals in general, you won't be able to publish your design for the people that can actually use it. In order for you to do that, you have to make the decal yourself. That's the only way you will be able to, promote it. Now, sometimes that can get pretty tedious. But if you're really just trying to make a car and make it look cool and you're not really trying to share it, then by all means, this is the way to do. But if you use a sticker and you just want to go ahead and promote it, you got to make sure you are the creator itself. But we're going to focus on that later. But right now, we're going to focus on designing this Ford Mustang. Now, the car is a American car, so it really fits to its characteristics. You can put an American flag here to symbolize freedom. And with the Ford logo, you can put it basically anywhere. But you also want to follow the silhouette of the car, or also known as the body lines. You can try to, I guess you can say examine like that. This video can be extremely long, so I'm trying to keep it short as possible. Because designing the car is not easy, especially it depends on the car itself. But let's see here. As a legendary painter and tuner, it can take up to maybe like an hour and 30 minutes average for a good little car. And you might not even notice it that it takes that long, but when you listen to Spotify and stuff like that, like I said, just time passes by fast and you won't even acknowledge it. And as you see, I'm just, basically my brain is on co-pilot and it's just working its way. It's just working its way designing a car. Like there's times where I just don't know what I'm doing and I just go from there. And when I mean I don't know what I'm doing, I mean that as like the best way as possible, because when I'm just good at creating things and 9 times out of 10 I usually don't acknowledge it. I'm like, oh, that looks good, let's keep it, or oh, that looks good, let's keep it, So it's really just a trial and error when it comes to stuff like that. You'll kind of erase a couple things afterwards and then you go back and do the same thing again. So it's just the perks of actually designing, making cars in this game. And one of the things about it is, when it comes to designing or painting cars, is that you really got to trust the process. Now, don't get me wrong, you're going to have some issues. That's just part of the process. You're just going to have issues. I really don't know what else to say. I never met someone that actually designed cars in this game, or design cars in general. They never run into a roadblock. So issues are definitely a come and go. So first thing I put is the Ford performance all over the back end of the side. So you can see that I'm creating an angle for myself. You see how it's going either uphill or downhill depending on how the way you see it. It basically sets a setting. Now what I like to do is I like to use the mask shape to kind of go ahead and give it that aesthetic look. What a mask shape does is pretty much a mask, but sometimes I had a hard time trying to figure out what a mask shape does, so I had to kind of rename it. I call it either the bleach or the eraser tool. And basically what it is, any shape that you use here will be like an eraser, and you can just make it your own. So for instance, I'm going to use one of the fade icons, which is the gradients, and the mask basically it colors what the car's paint job. So I'm going to cover up the American flag, but that's going to be okay. But it covers up with the car's paint job. So as you see, the more you copy, here, hang on. Not extended. Got to make sure you look at everything in all aspects. So you want to stamp that maybe 3 or 4 times, and it looks normal now. Like, you see what I'm saying? Now the back, I might have to fix up the back, but we'll focus on that another time. But you kind of get the memo. Now you see how the Ford logo is kind of half cut off. There's a way you can fix that. So obviously these layers, as you see on the side of the screen, these are on top of the Ford logo. So all you got to do is just pretty much grab the Ford logo, or how I would do it, just copy it. Then you can press left on the D-pad to skim all the way at the top. and then you just hit Y or paste, and it will fix that. And then to save you some trouble, you could just delete that right there, and then yeah, because it's an old one, you don't need it no more. Right. So, like I said, this car is not going to be 100% perfect, but we'll make it where we want to. But you can see it gives it that style. You see what I'm saying? That Ford performance, like fading in the back of the car and stuff like that. And it's just really nice. So we're gonna go back to the vinyl shape. We're gonna add more. Now this car is a Shelby, but we might not add that. But you can see like, oh man, that looks really good. Yeah, it does. But you just want to make sure you add the right things to the car, because if you don't, then your car is gonna look a little bit wonky, and it's not gonna look like. See, that looks nice right where it is right now. Looks really good. Now, here's the part that I was telling you about the other side. When you come in to insert all from the left side to right side or right side to left side, you might notice that the logos are backwards. As you can see, they're kind of backwards. Well, there's a way to fix that, but listen, this is the main important part. When you flip it, which is you flip horizontal, do that. Or you can do vertically, but I wouldn't recommend it, because you'll have to keep flipping like you're flipping pancakes. Flip horizontal. But here's the catch. You cannot scale it. If you do end up scaling it, this will happen. You see how it flips? Now you're probably thinking, oh, I can just flip it back. Yeah, you can. But the thing about it is that it's going to bug out. So when you back out of the car and you save the current car, watch what happens. It will bug out and it will flip back to the opposite side. And this is like one of the biggest comments, because people think, oh, I don't know what I did wrong. Well, this is kind of what you did. I had to find this out myself. It is definitely a process to learn. You go to apply vinyl decals. Oh, it didn't do it that time. Well, maybe it does it when you get out the garage. So I don't want to get out the garage right now. But there's a way where it will do that. And if for the people that runs into this issue, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. But that's it definitely does that. And you have to, like, what I usually do, I copy it from one side to another side. That way, if I wanted to scale it, it doesn't bug out. But it will bug out, because as you saw, when I tried to scale it, it flipped it to the other side. So it's still there. All right. Now, you're probably thinking, well, R4, how can I get all of these to the same side, all at once? Well, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it, because it's going to be looking wonky. So guess what? You have to do it manually, like one by one. So you have to actually like pay attention and flip them back and just try not to scale it. But yeah, you have to do it by yourself. Like you have to do it one by one, and that's just, yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. But what I'll do, if you're masking something, I only will pay attention to the ones that's visible. You don't have to worry about the ones that's not visible, because it's just not visible. No one's gonna use their bifocals and say, sir, you missed like, such and such and such and such. Like, I don't think anybody is gonna pay attention to that. If they do, then they need to find something else to do, because I think that's a little bit too absurd. But as you see, I am kind of fixing up the side and kind of making it identical. Like I said, you got to really take time with this stuff. It's not like a 1 and 2 process. It's like how much you can get done, and what can you make out of it. So as you see, it looks a lot better. The American flag is a little bit backwards, and we got to fix that just like that. I might actually keep this design now that I think about it. I said I wasn't going to keep it as soon as I made this video, but kind of falling in love with it. So we'll just keep it like that for now on, but that's what the max layer does. That's how you import one side from another. Make sure you don't scale one side to another as well. And Should I add an R for speed sticker to it? I don't know. I might not. Now, when it comes to adding certain decals, that can be very subjective. Make sure the decals or the stickers you use is pretty much appropriate. Now, when I searched up for the curated groups, please use this for educational purposes. Do not, and I please ask you, do not, or not actually, I should tell you this, do not use anything inappropriate, because there's people out there that will use it in the wrong hands, and it's just not pretty. So how you go to share designs, or if you want to put your design as public, if you created your own decals, this is how you go to my designs, and see here, right? So you know how we just made that Ford Mustang design, right? And let's say, okay, I made it, I use someone else's decals, I want to share it. You can't. So it will say just load design. Obviously you didn't create the original decal for it, so you don't have authorization to share it. However, if you have created a decal or sticker and you want to share it, this will pop up. So it will say share and rename instead of load. I used my R for speed decals, and there's some other decals that I used that I created in the game, and I can actually share it. Obviously, when you share it, it will pop up, and you can use the 2 different keywords in the description, but this design we won't share right now. Same thing with this one, the real tree. I did not use the decals for it, so it would just say load and then so on there. Now the thing about it is, just because you can't share it doesn't mean you can't sell it. Now, like I said, I'm a legendary painter, I'm a legendary tuner, and there's these things that I do, and they're called R for speed variants. R for speed variants are basically builds that I've made, but like as a premium status. Like I'll use it and I'll create like designs that doesn't use my decal or stickers, and I'll sell it. Now there will be cars that I created and I'll use my sticker, and if I just don't want to share it, then I just put it on the auction house and one of my viewers or fans will buy it. Now I have 64,000 followers on Instagram, and I have over 70K on TikTok, and I have 3K on YouTube, and I have over 2K on Twitch, and over 28K on Xbox. So you can kind of see how fast these cars usually go out for. Now you like some of the designs are just might not even have wraps, they just be clean builds. Like this one I made in the stream and someone just took it. This one it was nothing really special. It was just someone saw it on the stream, it sounded good, so they took it. And some of these cars are just really up to its last spec. But I like to build my cars for street use, and that's pretty much it. This SVJ I used, this is a variant, like the 63 on it. If you can look at it, I did not make that 63. I just painted the car, tuned it, had a little decal on it, sold it for 20 million, and boom. This design did not render properly. I don't know why, but it's actually, instead of the car being black, it's actually white, and there's more of a decal to it than just that. For some reason it glitches out like that, and I still don't understand why it does it, but it's okay. So the winner, his name is actually Adam, and he's a big fan of Subarus. So the variant was actually technically made for him. And what I'll do is like almost every week or whatnot, I'll sell R for speed variants, and it's basically just built cars that I'll use and just put them on the auction house and whatnot. Now sometimes people have issues of designing cars, like this Hot Wheels one. This is something that I made, and it looks like, oh man, that's fire. Here's the crazy part about it: the R for speed variants, I don't keep them. Like there's some of them that I would keep, but like it's rare. Like usually when I sell a car, I delete the design and I just don't keep them at all. And I guess you can make it more unique, because with the viewers or fans, when they buy these cars, they can say, oh yeah, R for speed used to own this exact one. So there's an R for speed variant, and they all 20 million. They all 20 million dial cars. So they're definitely up there. But some of these builds, they be clean, some of these builds don't be clean. It just depends on what you get out of it. Very, very nice designs. And yeah, so that's kind of like how we did with the Art for Speed variants, but either way it goes, then like I said, if you make a decal, you can sell the car. I'm not too sure how much the car would go up for because it's, you know, it's not your style. Um, but usually that's, you know, if it's not your style or being a legendary painter and tuner, there's really nothing else you can do about it. So I think I kind of covered everything in this video. Like I said, I'm not gonna really wrap this whole entire car. This was just a little short tutorial to kind of get people on their feet. So now you know how to search up decals. You know how to insert it from the left side to the right side. You know how to use the mask layer. You know how to assort different decals from top to bottom. You know how to actually share your paint job to the world and so on forward. I think that's really it. I would dive in a little bit more deeper when it comes to making designs, but every design has its own little characteristics, and that's just the type of stuff you just got to play around with. The way how I learned is, like I said, I just listen to Spotify and just started jamming out. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really do anything, but I also been designing cars since like 2015, Need for Speed 2015. So a lot of seat time on that game. So right now we're in what 2025, so about like 10 years ago. So um hopefully this video really helped you out a lot. And if you're not having a good day, I hope this video really made it better. And I will see you in the next one.